So you want to grow on social media, but you have no idea where to start, or maybe you have been consistently posting for a while now, but you're not gaining any followers. Well, you have come to the right place, because today I'm going to break down 6 strategies that you can use to have your first viral video. This is the strategy that my partner and I have used multiple times on our Instagram pages to have a combined 15 viral videos. These strategies work, and this is exactly what we teach our students inside our Instagram growth community, the Digital Creators Club. But today I'm giving it to you completely free. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we have a ton of free value to help you grow your Instagram and of course monetize. 6 steps are: number 1, an aesthetic video. Number 2, trending audio. Number 3, a captivating hook. Number 4, early call to actions. Number 5, value giving. And then number 6 is SEO, keywords, and hashtags. Let's get into it. Definitely watch this video all the way to the end, because I'm going to be sharing with you my most viral videos and how I've used this strategy to go viral not once, but multiple times. Step 1 is your aesthetic video. Your video needs to be clear and aesthetically pleasing. You don't need a fancy camera, an iPhone is absolutely fine, but I would recommend using a tripod so that it's not moving around too much. The first tip that I would recommend is making sure that you have good lighting. Pay attention to the lighting in your video. Natural lighting often works best, but if you are shooting indoors, make sure you use soft, diffuse lighting to avoid shadows. Composition is also really important as well. You want to frame your shots to create visually appealing scenes. Editing your video is also really important. Something that really works on Instagram as well that you probably have seen on your Reels tab is editing your video to the beat of the music. Something that I also see working right now are transitions and overlays, so putting stickers on your videos throughout the video as well. When it comes to typography and fonts, you can use the Instagram app, or you can use other fonts that you might find in InShot or Canva, but what I recommend is choosing a consistent font, just one, and sticking with that exact font for your entire theme. When it comes to your video, the number 1 thing though is consistency. So you want to make sure your page looks really consistent and aesthetically pleasing across every single video. Once you have your aesthetic video down pat, the second step is finding trending audio. From all of the research that I've done so far, you want to use trending audio between 1,000 and 20,000 users. And the original video has close to 1 million views. If you're unsure of how to find trending audio, you just need to go to the Reels tab on your Instagram and look for this little pointing dot upwards. Once you click on that pointed dot or the audio, it will take you straight to the audio screen. You can see how many users it's had and you can save it from there. Do not miss this step. If you want to increase the chances of your video going viral, it needs to have some sort of trending audio attached. Bonus points if you can line up the audio with your transitions on your video for extra effect. Strategy number 3 is a captivating hook. Hook is an opening statement or segment on your video that captivates the attention of your viewer and keeps them watching. It needs to be at the start of your video, it needs to be clear, and this is crucial to helping your audience stay engaged. Some examples of some hooks might be: stop doing XYZ if you want to achieve XYZ. Can I share a secret about XYZ? You won't believe it's true. Unpopular opinion about niche. The craziest thing just happened, you won't believe it. Do not miss this step. There are thousands of users on Instagram, and the only way to capture their attention is to use an enticing hook. Don't worry, if you're unsure of hooks to use, you will find my completely free guide for 100 hooks and call to actions below in the show notes. You can thank me later. The 4th strategy is an early call to action. Now I add the word early because this is where most people go wrong, and they leave their call to actions to the very last bit of their caption. We want to make sure that you're telling the person who is reading your reel what to do early on, because most people don't actually read the entire caption. A call to action could be comment, share, like, or save. Something that I don't recommend doing is telling people to follow you. If they do like your content, they will follow you naturally. The best call to actions that I see working at the moment are telling people to save your reel or share your reel. This works because when people save or share your reel, it tells Instagram that people really like it, so it pushes your reel out further to other people. It's definitely worthwhile telling people to comment a specific word to receive your free guide. A really good example about this could be comment results if you want me to send you your free guide on how to grow your Instagram to 10,000 followers in 10 weeks. But you want to make sure that this call to action is at the top of your caption and not at the bottom. Step 5 is the value section of the caption. And this is where you not only build trust, but also increase the likelihood of your reel going viral. And that is because when people are reading your caption, it tells Instagram that they're actually rewatching the reel over and over again. And the more watch time you get, the more it pushes the reel out to other people. So having a long caption is a really good thing, but you need to be writing a shit ton of value in your caption, which means you need to be storytelling or providing some sort of education. I actually recommend a combination of both, so if you can intertwine education into your own story and your transformation. And that leads me to number 6, which is the final strategy: keywords, SEO, and hashtags. I'll start with keywords. Keywords need to be placed throughout your text of the video, throughout the caption, and also at the bottom of your caption. When you think about keywords, you want to think about any specific keywords in your niche. So if you're a fitness instructor, it might be fat loss, it might be calorie counting, it might be staying on track. If you're a business coach, it might be mindset work. It could be any specific word that has something to do with your niche, and it's often associated with some sort of result, like passive income, make money online, work from Wi-Fi. You want to make sure your keywords are placed in your video on the text and also in your caption and at the bottom of your caption as well. And as for hashtags, I use about 5 to 10 hashtags at the moment. Instagram allows for 30 hashtags. I don't believe that you need to use the full 30 hashtags, but be my guest, I don't think it honestly makes much of a difference. All right, let's get into an example so I can show you exactly how I applied these 6 steps and strategies to make some of my reels go viral. All right, as you can see on this video here, my hook is stop blaming the algorithm for your lack of growth. So this is a really interesting hook because a lot of people really struggle with this when it comes to Instagram and their growth, and they're often blaming the Instagram for their lack of growth. So by saying stop doing this, it's already bringing the curiosity. Okay, so I'm just going to play this Instagram video for you now. I got about 850,000 views from this and 4,000 videos alone. So let's break this down using the strategy that I explained. The first thing, it is a really aesthetically pleasing video. It's not mine. I did use stock for this. I actually borrowed this from Pinterest and I tagged the people who did create it. But the first thing here, you can see this is a really interesting, visually appealing video, which in itself stopped people from scrolling. The next thing I used was trending audio. At the time, this is not trending anymore, but at the time this was trending and it had around 5,000 views, which really worked for this video. With the trending audio here, I really timed the music well with the video and the text as well on the screen. So as you can see there at the start, I used a really visually appealing hook. I said, stop blaming the algorithm for your lack of growth. So stop doing XYZ if you want to XYZ is a really good hook that I see working a lot over Instagram because people don't want to be doing the wrong thing. And especially when it comes to something that people are really struggling with in your niche. So blaming the algorithm is what a lot of people do, especially if they're not seeing growth. So by telling them to stop doing this, really grabs the attention. And then of course I have the solution at the end. And then I follow up by saying you need to train the algorithm here instead. So I have the solution. And then of course I have my call to action on the screen. Here is how you do it, which then drives people to the caption and keeps them captivated and keeps them reading. Then of course I have a hook and a call to action on my first line of my caption here. Here is how, and as you can see, my second line is an early call to action. So save this so you can steal this strategy and make it work for you too. So this really encouraged a lot of people to save this because they didn't want to have to blame the algorithm anymore. They wanted to grow and they wanted to learn how they can stop blaming the algorithm. Then of course, I provided a lot of value in education by saying, train the algorithms instead by doing XYZ, XYZ. And I also intertwined a little bit of storytelling in here, how I grew my account to 8K followers in 21 days. And then I followed it up with a few more call to actions at the bottom, my hashtags, and of course my SEO and my keywords at the bottom there. This is a great example of how you can apply this strategy to your reels as well. And I promise you that if you are consistent with this and you're posting at least once a day, you will see growth and you will see results. If you love this video, let me know below. If you got any questions, please, I'm so happy to help. Drop your questions below. Otherwise, you can follow me on Instagram at incognito.influence, where I share so many more tips. If you're interested in joining our Instagram growth community called the Digital Creators Club as well, you will find all the information down below in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching this today. Tune in for more free value like this and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can keep updated along the way.